Imagine if I told you that the tiredness you feel, that afternoon crash, the brain fog, the lack of motivation, and even the stubborn fat your body holds onto might not be about willpower or age at all, but about how much energy your cells can actually produce. Not coffee energy, not sugar spikes, but real deep cellular energy, the kind your body uses to heal, think clearly, burn fat, and feel alive. And what if I told you that there are certain foods that don't just give you energy for a moment, but actually help your body create new cellular energy from the inside out? That's what we're talking about today, because once you understand this, the way you eat will never be the same again. Most people think energy comes from calories. Eat more, get more energy, right? But that's not how the body really works. Energy isn't about how much food you eat, it's about how efficiently your cells can turn that food into usable fuel. Inside every single cell of your body, you have tiny power plants called mitochondria. Their job is to convert nutrients and oxygen into ATP, which is the actual energy currency your body runs on. If your mitochondria are weak, stressed, or undernourished, you can eat all the calories you want and still feel exhausted. But when your mitochondria are supported, it's like upgrading your body's engine. Suddenly you have more stamina, better focus, improved metabolism, and a sense of vitality that people often assume is just good genetics. The exciting part is that what you eat directly influences how well your mitochondria work. Certain foods provide the raw materials, the antioxidants, and the signals your body needs to build stronger, more efficient cellular energy systems. These aren't exotic supplements or expensive powders. They're real foods you can find almost anywhere, and when you use them consistently, they can change how you feel at a very fundamental level. The first food I want to talk about might surprise you because it's been misunderstood for decades. Eggs. High-quality eggs are one of the most powerful cellular energy foods you can eat. Not because they're high in protein alone, but because they're loaded with nutrients that directly support mitochondrial function. Eggs contain B vitamins, especially B2 and B5, which are essential cofactors in the process of turning food into ATP. Without these vitamins, your energy production pathways slow down, no matter how much food you eat. Eggs are also one of the richest natural sources of choline, a nutrient most people are deficient in. Choline plays a critical role in building cell membranes and supporting communication between cells. Healthy cell membranes mean nutrients can get in and waste can get out efficiently, which directly impacts energy production. On top of that, eggs contain sulfur-containing amino acids that help your body produce glutathione, one of the most important antioxidants for protecting mitochondria from damage. When you eat eggs, especially with the yolk intact, you're giving your body a complete package for cellular energy. The key is quality. Pasture-raised or omega-3 enriched eggs tend to have higher levels of beneficial fats and antioxidants. And no, eggs don't automatically raise cholesterol in a harmful way for most people. In fact, for many, they improve lipid profiles and metabolic health, which further supports energy levels. Eating eggs regularly can feel like turning the lights on inside your body, especially if you've been avoiding them out of fear. The second food is leafy green vegetables, but not in the way most people think of them. I'm not talking about choking down bland salads out of obligation. I'm talking about dark, mineral-rich greens like spinach, kale, Swiss chard, and arugula. These greens are loaded with magnesium, a mineral that plays a direct role in ATP production. Every single molecule of ATP in your body has magnesium attached to it. Without enough magnesium, ATP exists, but it doesn't work properly. Leafy greens are also rich in nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide improves blood flow, meaning more oxygen and nutrients are delivered to your cells and mitochondria. Better oxygen delivery equals better energy production. That's why people often notice improved endurance and less fatigue when they consistently eat greens. Another powerful aspect of leafy greens is their chlorophyll content. Chlorophyll helps support detoxification pathways in the liver, reducing the toxic load that can damage mitochondria. Think of it this way. If your cells are constantly fighting off toxins, they have less energy to spend on things like metabolism, recovery, and mental clarity. Greens help clean the environment your cells live in, so energy production can happen more efficiently. If you struggle with digesting raw greens, lightly cooking them can actually make some nutrients more available and easier on your system. Adding healthy fats like olive oil or avocado also improves absorption of fat-soluble nutrients. Over time, leafy greens don't just make you healthier on paper, they make your energy feel more stable, smoother, and more reliable throughout the day. The third food is wild-caught fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. These fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, especially EPA and DHA, which are critical for mitochondrial health. Omega-3s help improve the flexibility and function of cell membranes, including the membranes of mitochondria. When these membranes are healthy, the machinery that produces ATP works more efficiently. Fatty fish also provide coenzyme Q10, a compound directly involved in the electron transport chain, which is one of the final steps in cellular energy production. Low levels of CoQ10 are associated with fatigue, muscle weakness, and reduced exercise capacity. While CoQ10 supplements exist, getting it from food along with healthy fats and proteins can be incredibly effective. Another benefit of fatty fish is their anti-inflammatory effect. Chronic inflammation is one of the biggest drains on cellular energy. When your body is constantly inflamed, your mitochondria are under attack, and energy production suffers. Omega-3s help calm this inflammation, allowing your cells to shift from survival mode into energy production and repair mode. Eating fatty fish a few times a week can lead to noticeable changes in how your body feels. People often report better mental clarity, improved mood, and more physical endurance. That's not a coincidence. Your brain is especially rich in mitochondria, and it's extremely sensitive to omega-3 status. When your brain cells have the fats they need, thinking becomes easier and mental fatigue decreases. The fourth food is one that's often overlooked because it doesn't look flashy, but it's incredibly powerful for cellular energy, and that's beets. Beets are rich in natural nitrates, which boost nitric oxide production even more effectively than many leafy greens. This means improved blood flow, better oxygen delivery, and enhanced mitochondrial efficiency. Beets also contain betalains, powerful antioxidants that protect cells from oxidative stress. Oxidative stress damages mitochondria over time, reducing your ability to produce energy. By reducing this damage, beets help preserve and even enhance mitochondrial function. This is one reason beet juice has been studied for improving athletic performance and endurance. Another interesting thing about beets is their effect on insulin sensitivity. When your cells respond better to insulin, they can take in glucose more efficiently and use it for energy instead of storing it as fat. Better glucose handling means more stable energy and fewer crashes. This makes beets especially helpful for people who feel drained after meals or struggle with energy dips. Incorporating beets doesn't have to be complicated. Roasted beets, grated raw beets in salads, or even small amounts of beet juice can make a difference. The key is consistency. Over time, beets support an internal environment where energy production becomes easier and more efficient. Now, here's the part most people miss. These foods don't work like stimulants. They don't force energy. They build capacity. Think of it like upgrading the wiring and generators in your house instead of just flipping the lights on and off. When your cellular energy systems are supported, your body starts doing what it's designed to do naturally. You wake up feeling more refreshed. You don't rely as heavily on caffeine. Your workouts feel stronger, and recovery happens faster. Even your mood improves because energy isn't just physical, it's mental and emotional too. What's powerful is how these foods work together. Eggs provide the building blocks and cofactors. Leafy greens supply minerals and oxygen support. Fatty fish improve membrane function and reduce inflammation. Beets enhance blood flow and protect mitochondria. When you regularly include these foods in your diet, you're sending a clear signal to your body that it's safe to invest in energy production instead of just survival. This doesn't mean you have to eat perfectly or give up everything you enjoy. It means being intentional. Energy isn't something you chase, it's something you cultivate. And the more you focus on feeding your cells instead of just feeding cravings, the more your body responds. If you've been feeling tired, stuck, or like your body just isn't cooperating with your goals, don't assume it's you. Often, it's your cells asking for better support. Start small. Add eggs back in if you've been avoiding them. Get a serving of greens daily. Aim for fatty fish a couple of times a week. Experiment with beets and see how your body feels. Pay attention because your body gives feedback quickly when it finally gets what it needs. Energy is your birthright. Your body wants to produce it. Your cells are constantly trying to create it. Sometimes all they need is the right fuel and the right signals. And when you give them that, everything starts to change from the inside out. If this video helped you see energy in a new way, make sure you support the channel by liking, subscribing, and sharing it with someone who's always tired but doesn't know why. And remember, you don't need more motivation. You need more cellular energy, and now you know exactly where to start.